All right. Let me see if this shit is even working. Because last time I tried to record one of these things, my sound was so shit. So let me just see if this shit is even working, first of all. So let me just see if this shit is even working, first of all. Oh, my sound sounds fine right now. My sound sounds fine right now. All right. Going to quickly go through the markets today and see how everything is shaping up. I haven't really looked too much into how everything is going today. As of now, I mean, I did earlier in the day, for example, with gold. I actually had a trade open, which turned out pretty nicely because obviously everything is still going fucking sideways. I mean, which is cool, you know. I mean, like as I made the video, whenever it was, a couple days ago, trading gold sideways right now. I mean, it's pretty easy to make money doing this, trading sideways, so long as you have the strategy in place. So I'll cover that quickly. But I really wanted to actually go into crypto a bit more, just because I haven't done anything on crypto in a while, and I just wanted to see how everything is going. I haven't really looked at this at all. So you're going to kind of get like a live reaction of how I currently am feeling about the market at the moment. So let's see. All right, so right now I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart. Oh, and sorry, one more thing. If you have any questions and somebody's actually watching, yeah, you can leave a question and I'll try and answer it. All right. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think over the last few days, I don't remember when the last time I did a Bitcoin or crypto video was trying to look at the market. But obviously, we had the death cross. And in case you're like a total beginner, as I was saying in another video that I recorded, I don't even remember when, but death crosses really don't like mean that much. It's just a technical pattern. Obviously, it's not a good sign, but at the same time, like, you know, the way that some fucking idiots talk about it, like, it's like, it's like total like capitulation going to happen as a result of having a death cross. Like, oh fuck, we're going down. No, it's just not how it works. So, but we had the death cross, so obviously now things have changed in terms of what I would really envision as like a more bullish reversal, let's say. Because before we had the death cross, obviously what we wanted to see was us getting over. Let me pull out the fucking little pen tool. What we really wanted to see is if we were first going to get over the 21 day again, and then when it was over here, if we were going to get over the 200 day, which was coinciding with that key resistance level at around 41,000. But now that we've had the death cross, we really want to, now we have kind of like these 3 points or these 3 moving averages that we really want to try and pass before we can honestly really say that we're kind of back into more of a so-called bull market. Yeah, and that would, so we'd also have to really want to see us pass the 50-day. At the moment, so I know we've seen quite a strong rebound in price from what I can tell. Also looking at some altcoins. Yeah, I mean, like ETH is really back now at around 2,000. We got back over the 200-day here. But honestly speaking, again, I'm not going to be bullish until we at least get over 40,000 on Bitcoin again. That's just my personal opinion. Like I'm not bullish on this right now still. It's just there's just still too many negative signs out there. Like I just don't see where the fucking like where is the catalyst going to come from here? Like seriously, where is it? Like there's just not enough volume. There's just not enough volume. Um, period. Like what's really going to cause a catalyst, like, and again, I'm just some average dude sitting in front of a fucking computer looking at crypto charts, but so obviously if there is a catalyst coming, I wouldn't fucking know about it, but I'm just saying what I see at the moment, that I don't really know where this catalyst is going to come, you know? Um, it doesn't matter how good projects are looking, it doesn't matter on all these different things. Like at the moment, I just don't see where the catalyst is going to come. And I think one thing that, especially if you're new to crypto and you haven't looked at the markets for like multiple years, I think one thing that really tricks people out, like who aren't experienced with crypto, is that you'll get bounces like of like 10, 12%, even when you're in like this downwards price action, right? So you'll get these bounces of like 10, 12, 15, 20% on some coins. Like for example, if I don't know, let's look at fucking there was one that I was looking at the other day. Yeah, like Burger, I don't know if that was a 10%. Yeah, whatever. But you see, for example, this shitcoin like Burger actually had a pretty strong bounce on this one day. And this shit happens, even when you're going down. Okay. So that's the problem, or that's why crypto is so risky, because like you'll get these fake outs all the fucking time on lower time frames. So I never really look at crypto at lower time frames at all. And I wouldn't recommend anybody to do it, because you're just going to get constantly psyched out all the time. All the technicals will show you one thing, but it doesn't mean shit in crypto. And that's just what I'm seeing here in terms of Bitcoin on the longer time frame. And frankly speaking, all fucking cryptocurrencies. Now, to be completely fair, a lot of these cryptocurrencies have actually, like, especially some of the larger altcoins, they have held their valuations pretty well, even though of course they've bled a lot, and a lot of the shittier ones have bled like way, 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 way more. Um, but especially some of the bigger ones have held their valuations pretty well still, despite the fact that we've seen such a sharp correction. I would have expected more of a bleeding, but with that being said, we know how this can go, and like shit can start bleeding really, really, really fast. Um, so again, when Bitcoin is so like bearish looking and not really, it's, you know, there's no, I mean, I don't see any strong signal of a reversal. Um, then I just can't be also bullish on altcoins, period. And in fact, it would make me even more bearish on altcoins, because we've just seen what happens when the bleeding starts happening. We've just seen it, you know. I saw that Aave actually. Let me see. I even saw that Aave, for example, is up pretty big. You know, I think it's like 10% for the day or whatever. But so like those types of things could really psych you out, especially if you're looking at the hourly chart. Like, oh man, we're reversing. But just we have to also be realistic here. We have to be realistic. And of course, you can try and come up with every fucking reason or logic to say why, for example, ETH is still managing to bounce back from 1600 and hold 2000 at the moment. You can say, oh, wow, ETH has, matured so much as an asset. There's so much more usage on it. The dApps, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I've heard every fucking fundamental um, reasoning for ETH being undervalued even at 2000. Okay. But the reality is that um, you know if Bitcoin continues to plummet, like ETH is not going to hold these types of valuations. It's just plain and simple, because not most of the money that is in the market at the moment doesn't give a shit about the fundamentals of ETH. It's just reality, and it is what it is. Sorry to sound like such a sour asshole, but it's just kind of the reality. Um, But anyway, I mean, we are holding above 34,000. So to play something more like the positive Sally role, We are slightly above 34,000 right now. So hey, that's a little plus, and we're still holding there. So let's see if let's see if we can really get past this 21 day, and then let's see how we do once we hit the 50 day, and let's see if we get some kind of price action, which is like maybe like this and like this. Then we kind of consolidate here, then break through a little bit more. Let's see if we can get that, without a catalyst, without some sort of crazy news catalyst. Let's see if we can get that. If we get that, I mean, fuck yeah, dude, I'm gonna be dancing because I'm holding bags of some shit. So let's see if we can get that. Um, but as of now, yeah, I'm not trying to put any money into any of this at the moment. Um, this Again, another let's say more positive note that I did want to point out. This candle in the weekly chart doesn't look terrible. I mean, obviously this looks kind of nice. Like, whoa, we've really managed to hold on the 50 week, right? It's a pretty positive sign. So if you want to look at positive, signs and longer time frames, that's certainly one. But um, let's just see how everything progresses. Okay, again, um, I'm not trying to poo-poo everything. I'm just saying that like patience really is going to play out or be very, very useful here. Um, Frankly speaking, uh, one other more positive note that I would like to say is that the longer that we hold here and consolidate here, admittedly, I'm not saying that right now, but let's say if we actually manage to hold this for another 1 month or like 2 months, and we really are managing to hold this range for that kind of length of time, right? Especially during the summer, during summers, it doesn't matter whether it's crypto or whether it's currencies or whether it's stocks, whatever, and that they call it the summer lull. So if we really manage to hold in this area for like that kind of longer period, then maybe I would change my tune for sure. Because then it would really look like much more of an accumulation phase. And if we're constantly breaking above the 21 day, if we start seeing the moving averages kind of just get mixed here, that would be a totally different scenario. Okay. But as of now, we haven't really held this channel for that long, right? And if anything, we've been kind of setting lower lows. So you got to read what the chart tells you. And the chart is telling you what the psychology of traders are there right now. And right now, the demand's not there. So it is what it is. If we do see that longer accumulation I was saying, then maybe you can really start trying to dollar cost average here. At least that would be my recommendation. But as of right now, I'm not trying to dollar cost average here right now. I don't think it's the right move. Okay. Now let's go to gold. So as I was saying before, this is really common price action. I'm looking at the daily chart right now. This is really common price action as well, like this kind of very sideways, low-key price action. I mean, the US is open and we barely have any fucking volume, okay? This is really common price action, especially when there's a big news event coming in a few days, right? And as I said on the video yesterday, we have the NFP data release coming out in a few days. So because we have such an important data set coming out, normally a few days before, there tends to be that kind of not that sentiment, but it's kind of like traders are waiting, like people don't want to jump the gun, okay? Just because it's very hard to say where the market's going to swing at that moment in time. Then normally Wednesday or Thursday, you'll start to see the market really start to move a little bit more in terms of like it's like that kind of like pre-news release movements. Okay. But so that's why I was saying like I expected sideways action to continue, and boy did we get that. So continue to use the strategy that I was saying before, right? For the next few hours and probably for tomorrow too. Like I don't see this really changing too much tomorrow. Um, Set your sell limits above 1780 up to 1800 with the stop loss at 1803. Below 1780, set some buy limits. Set some buy limits. Admittedly, a bit lower, like 70, 71, or 1770, just in case, because right now the overall trend is probably more bearish. But yeah, set your buy limits with a stop loss at whatever 1758, and just take profits at reasonable rates or reasonable times. Just keep on doing that. That's what I recommend in terms of trading this sideways price action. Okay. This is really day trading time, not swing trading time. Continue to day trade and just keep on playing these peaks and troughs that are coming like that. It's pretty clear the pattern that's emerged. So just keep on playing that on the hour chart. Um, I had a buy limit trigger earlier today at like 1771, and I sold at about 1783. So that was a really nice little day trade profit there. I missed out the opportunity though to sell at 1785 because my sell limit was actually set at 86. I missed it. So sometimes you're going to miss like that, but just be aware of the market and set those buys and sell limits. Because this is really an easy pattern to trade in the end of the day. Good way to make cash. Okay. Um, Once we get closer to the date or to the NFP data date, then we can really start analyzing to see where price could potentially be going, pre-market, so forth, and just take it from there. But as of now, continue to trade sideways and just keep it going. The dollar's looking the same, right? So the sideways gold action is being mimicked on the dollar as well, right? If we just are looking at this general area here. Oh shit. So if we're just looking at this general area here, right, it's just going sideways, choppy, choppy, choppy. Obviously, investors are waiting. Let's see if we're going to get that break to the upside or the downside, and just take it from there. Last thing I wanted to also look at, sorry, was actually USD yen. So it's really interesting to see how we've seen such a strong drop off in the last few hours on. There is a bullish trend with the dollar. So this could potentially be a good opportunity to look at getting a buy in here on the dollar yen. I don't admittedly follow the yen economics too much or Japanese economics too much. The Japanese yen has shown some strength in recent weeks, despite the fact that it was kind of something that a lot of people were betting against for a while. But I just think that with everything that's happening in the States, the big data coming out, the overall still relatively bullish trend on the dollar, at least short term, right? At least short term. I think we're still pretty bullish at the moment. I definitely think the risk to reward is worth it here in terms of opening a trade on dollar yen. I'm not sure if right here at the 200 days or the 200 hours where to place it, but maybe a bit lower at about 110.438. And then really try and look for a target, in my opinion, closer to 111 here, which if you actually go back to for example, the daily time frame, let's go here. It was a kind of a peak that we've hit multiple times in previous longer uptrends on the dollar yen. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, especially if we're going to continue this dollar bullishness. I'm definitely eyeing a trade at the moment. I'm just seeing now where price is. So maybe it's something to consider. But again, don't just follow anything that my dumbass says. Do your own research. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for sounding like such a sour asshole again, but there you go. Take care.